Welcome to Chain of Memories Reverse Rebirth. Riku has a story too, so let's go do it.
Where am I?
Sleep.
Who's there?
Sleep. Here. Between light and dark.
Between... what? The king! Where's the king? Together we closed the door to darkness, and after that... why can't I remember?
Your king is far away. Sleep, and leave the war with darkness in his hands. The thorny light of awakening will bring only anguish to one in your state. Turn from the light. Shut your eyes.
You talk like I'm some kind of demon of the dark.
Can you face the truth? Here, blanketed by the darkness, sleep is safety. Sleep is eternal.
Is this... a card?
It is a door to the truth. Take it, and your sleep ends. Take it, and take the first step toward the truth. But know this, the truth will bring you pain. Will you still go? There can be no returning to the sweet security of sleep.
Yeah, well... seems like a boring place to take a nap anyway.
Well said, Riku.
A door to the truth, huh?
Hollow Bastion. Fitting.
This is Maleficent's castle. How'd I end up here? Someone must have brought me here while I was sleeping. But who?
What you see is not real. It's the world of your memory.
My memory?
The things you remember of Maleficent's castle from your time there. Those memories became a card, and that card made this world. The things you see. You've seen them all before, haven't you?
Yeah. So what now? Am I supposed to learn something while I'm here? Maybe run into someone I know?
Ordinarily, yes. You would meet the people in your memories.
Ordinarily? Hey, I'm asking you a question! Fine. But it better be you I run across next, voice. I'm sick of talking to thin air.
So, welcome to Hollow Bastion. It's exciting. Riku's story is actually very different. So let's begin with this. As you may be able to see, my deck is actually pretty good. I've got some really good cards right off the bat. And that's because it's a preset deck. What you get is automatic. Each world is a different deck completely. So Castle Oblivion naturally has the best deck you can get because you'll be there for every so often, and obviously final boss will be in Castle Oblivion. You're gonna need something worthwhile. But there are worlds which have a significantly better deck than others. Some worlds, because of how poor their deck is, I will genuinely just skip completely. So, yes. But, here's how this is going to work. There's an attack boost, a darkness boost, and a HP boost. Every 5 levels, I'm going to go with HP until level 30, where I will only do HP. However, every time I see an AP, I will go for AP, and every other time will be DP. So, attack boosts are important. Every time we see them, that's what I'm going for. But trust me when I say that the end game does get very difficult, and you want more HP for it. So, once I get beyond level 30, I'm going to only prioritize HP. You won't need any more darkness beyond that. And we will explain what darkness boost does at a later point, because we don't really have that ability yet. So, we'll get there, don't worry. But yes, so here's an example of me going for darkness, because we need that now. So yeah, darkness doesn't really have a hold on us right now, but it will do, don't worry. It's all good. So yeah, our deck is preset, and we do have a defender card. As with the deck, each the enemy cards also have a hand in it, and we get an enemy card per world, which is kind of cool. I quite like it. So that would be another DP. Hopefully by the end of this world we'll be, you know, not a low level, fairly a reasonable level for sure. That's the plan at least. So yeah, it is different, and because it's a preset deck, that means we won't be altering anything. So any bosses we beat, we get their enemy card, which is actually very handy. But to that end, there are no movable points. And there are no cards that we'll be getting. So the amount of the doors are more limited, more so than in Sora's story. There won't be bonuses that you get, such as abilities or whatever, so blue cards aren't as effective. There are blue cards, but they're not as effective. And there won't be any Moogle points, so all you'll see in these manipulative areas within the world are basically just HP. But let's look at the map. So the map is fairly linear. You've got here, here, and here, so we're going down all the paths. It's not that bad. However, once you beat the boss of each area, you have to manually get to the exit yourself. It is clear where the exit will be, but you do have to go there. So, just so you're aware of that, that's what's going to be happening. I have decided that for each story, for each world, it's going to be one video, regardless of length. So, say this video is an hour, you get an hour-long video. That's what's going to be, because some worlds are going to be painfully short. One in particular I can think of, let me get to an example. Atlantica, your deck is terrible. I think it's like the highest number you get is a 5. I think it's Atlantica where that happens. There is a world that does that. So, to that end... Oh, there was an AP. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, to that end, obviously, it's just not worth it. It's like... Yeah, you want the, yeah, you just want to get the, oh god, words, yeah, I just want to get out of there, pretty much. It's not worth fighting anything, because you're not going to do anything value. So, that's the idea, at least. So, yeah, you may, defenders, you may be thinking, why am I, fighting enemies, like, what's the point, if I'm just gonna be, I mean, yeah, leveling up is good and all, but what's the main point of fighting enemies if there's no movable points and whatnot? Basically, I want as many cards as I can get, because as I say, if there are worlds where I'm not really going to be fighting anything and I'm just going to be trying to edge my way through it, I'm not going to be getting any cards to open doors, so I need to build up a hefty supply. Which actually is my plan. Monstro, I think, is the 3rd world, it might be the 4th. Point being, though, I fully intend to just grind for cards, because I want to make it as simple as possible, in all honesty. So, that's the plan. I basically just edge my way, I get my cards that I need, and then leave, basically. So yeah, it's you may have noticed there are differences. I'm gonna be honest, Riku's story is significantly easier. I'm not saying it's all easy. There are certainly sections which are a challenge, near the end especially. the story as a whole is significantly easier and much shorter than Sora's because it's all so scripted, which is good for me. But yeah, we also haven't really seen it. You may have noticed. We might actually see it in this battle if you're lucky. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. You may have noticed there isn't a number on the reload. That would be because there isn't a reload counter, really. It resets your cards, but it costs nothing. It does it instantly, which is super handy. So, gotta love that. But yeah, defenders are the worst, so glad we're fighting them again. But yeah, we've already reached a pretty good level. I don't really necessarily have to fight anything again. I will, because it's helpful. But I don't have to. So that's pretty nice. Teeming Darkness, good. Good, I could use some Darkness. It will be helpful later on, I'm sure. Especially Monstro. Like, Monstro I am just gonna grind. I'm probably gonna open all the doors I need to, get to the end, and then just grind for about half an hour to an hour to get all the cards I need, fighting every enemy that I pass, because, I mean, I'll level up, but leveling up isn't the reason I want to do it. The reason I want to do it is purely cards. Cards alone are what I require, like, prioritizing your deck in Sora's story is important, well in this story it's prioritizing the cards to open doors. So, okay, well we have a green, so that's good. We have quite a few greens actually. And if I remember correctly, this game isn't actually too, like, cruel when it comes to, opening doors. It asks very little of you, in a sense. That's not the right way. Okay, good to know. Yeah, it's very fair in what it asks from you, which I appreciate actually. Right, let's see. I need. Oh, I have a free now. That's good. Cool. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that it's gonna like really test me in terms of like, oh, I wish I had this card. So that's good. What does it require from me? Just a red. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to possibly do that. Oh, I had it too. Well, never mind. Yeah, I don't know how I could possibly open that door. That's certainly going to be a difficult thing. I'm going to save them for the next world, because obviously a 1 and a 2 for red. Pretty handy in opening doors in quick succession. I appreciate that greatly. So, that's nice. But I do like how this game works. It's certainly like it almost feels like it's done purely just because they can, and it extends the game. But because I mean, they could have really told the story of Riku. They could have cut it down a bit, and they could have told it through Sora's story. But at the same time, it's nice. It's fun. I like it a lot. It's certainly different. And you know, it's nice to play as Riku. It is different. This game does a lot of innovative things for the series. It changes Sora's personality to something we will never see again, or maybe at least. And it allows you to play as Riku for the first time in an environment which you're not really expecting him. He has many powers that you don't actually see again, which is kind of cool. It lends the the darkness, without going too much into it, for I guess spoiler reasons, but we're going to be seeing it soon anyway. Like his darkness, it's very similar to fighting him as Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1. He has a lot of the same moves, and he's a big threat. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's more like seeing him fight in Sora's story, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting, and I like it a lot. So what do I want to use? I guess we'll go for the 6. Why not? Yeah.
It's like he said. Everything's just how I remember it. Even this room.
It must be nice being back in your old bedroom. Think of all the memories.
You again. Sorry, but these memories I could do without. Maleficent gave me this room.
So she did, and you lived here, tempted by the darkness she offered. You cast away your home, your friends, everything. But at least they gave you a nice room.
Shut up.
So, there we go. There's that. Nice. Okay, so, the good thing is, I've pretty much taken out all the enemies already. Like, this is what I was talking about, being quite short. Like, I've done everything I can, with the exception of the next room. And, yeah, like, there's nothing more I can really do. I'll save the 5 and I'll get rid of the 8. Could get rid of the 0, but 0s are handy. Screw it, I'll get rid of 6, it's fine.
No one here either. There's nothing but heartless in this castle. Voice! I know you're watching, so explain this. Where are the people from my memories? Tell me!
Are you sure you want to see them?
Of course I do.
But you cast them aside. To reach the outside world, you pass through the door to darkness. Behind you, you left family, friends, home, everything. All in pursuit of darkness.
But I cast that aside too!
Then what do you have to show for it? First your home, then the dark. Your heart only knows how to throw things away. It's empty like that room. Like your memories. That's why no one is in the castle with you. Your heart is hollow except for the darkness you couldn't quite shake off.
You're full of it. I rejected the darkness.
Did you really now?
So yeah. Alright, one door to go. Yeah, as I said, it's a short world. Some worlds will be significantly shorter. Some I could probably easily get done in 5 minutes. Like, I'm not joking. I probably could. Like, there are some worlds which also just doesn't have you going through a lot. Some worlds are just generally short. I'm not going to say which one, but I know for a fact there is one which is just 4 rooms long. But it makes sense that it's 4 rooms long, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But it's still interesting. It's interesting how similar, but also how radically different it is. I like that. It's a change. It's nice. It is similar to Sora's, but at the same time, it is very different. And that's what you can hope for, really. But I'm glad I'm leveling up quite nicely, because... Wow. That went well. Yeah, I'm glad I'm leveling up, because it's certainly going to help. I know in my playthrough to get all the cutscenes. By the way, all the cutscenes are edited, every single one, so... This will have pauses in between, because I've got loads of things going on whilst this is being uploaded. But it will be going a lot more smoothly than Sora's Story did, which is great. But yes, yeah, so it's I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm going to talk about the dub itself. That's moving along quite nicely. There's still a lot to do, despite all the cutscenes being edited, but that's moving along nicely. And the I said I was going to do story dub, so I was just going to release it as a story. I went against that for various reasons, but that's alright. The full dub will be out shortly after Riku's story is done, so that's exciting. And, you know, it's progression, it's all great. So, hit the door. 5 and up. That is super easy. Done. Alright, here we go.
I knew you'd return, Riku.
Maleficent, you're alive?
You haven't been paying attention. I am but a figment of your memory.
Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you.
Who else? Your heart is steeped in darkness. You can only see people who exist in that same darkness. People like me.
No.
Be grateful you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness in your heart, you would be completely alone.
That's sounding pretty good right about now.
Come now. You once clung to me to sate your hunger for darkness. You want me here. Who else but I can give you the darkness you long for?
There was a time when I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark. But never again. You and your darkness have nothing to offer. All I did was lose myself. Empty myself. I'm finished with that. And if I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one.
Then don't forget to take yourself out last. Because you, like me, are one of the dark.
That's fine with me. I turned to darkness because my heart was weak. I hate that weakness. It's like I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it worse. Enough talk, Maleficent.
So you hate the darkness enough to fight it? Oh, the agony you must feel. Let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever with the wondrous power of darkness.
And we're fighting a dragon. Yeah. Significantly easier than Sora's story. But still, it's what we're fighting, it's what we're doing. If you're lucky, and by if you're lucky I mean we're most certainly going to, you're going to see me reload, which we haven't done yet. Which, as you'll be able to tell, is very different. Done. Super quick. No counter, no waiting, no strategy to it. It is just done. It happens. Which I appreciate greatly. Truly I do. Maleficent's still annoying, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's not nearly as... Oh wow, there was a Mickey card right at the end. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Oh well. And a level up. So, as you can see there, we got Dragon Maleficent card. That's just in our deck now. We have it. That won't ever change. We get all the bosses in this game. Oh yeah, by the way, no cutscene out of here. just ends. So on the map there should be one more room. Yeah, the exit is there, if it wasn't obvious. So yeah, that's that. And I have a 7, so that's good. And we are out, basically. We're gonna fight the few enemies that are in here, because... why not? I think the video is probably getting on to around 25 minutes already, but... you know, it can't hurt to make it a little longer. There will, of course, be a few more cutscenes, because, you know, there's Castle Oblivion as well, with it's not just Hollow Bastion, but yeah, it's moving along quite nicely, I think. I'm enjoying it so far. I really like Riku's story. It's fun. There are parts which are difficult, but it's short. It's certainly shorter. I imagine it's gonna go by pretty quickly. And obviously, because it's just one video per world, that means there's only 12 videos. There's 12 floors instead of 13, because it's a basement instead of the tower itself. So that's 12 videos, which means the video total for this Let's Play will be 45, which I quite like. I quite like having ending in a 5. It's quite nice. It's, you know, it's certainly pretty great. I'm on board with this. I mean, if it ends on 42, it would be divisible by 13, which would be like the best. Actually, that's a lie. It'd be 52. Ignore me. If it was 52, it'd be divisible by 13. If I was smarter, I could do math. But whatever. Yeah, I got to the next level. That's all I wanted. I was just like, should I go to level 9? Yeah, let's get a level 9. Why not? It's not a hugely long video. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. DP! Success is mine. I think that's all the enemies as well. Sweet! Out we go!
Why do you shun the dark?
Oh, come on. I know you heard every word I said to Maleficent.
Darkness is your weapon. I need you to accept it.
What do you care?
Stop resisting and accept the darkness. You must. If you are to serve me again!
Ansem. Just as I thought.
You don't seem surprised.
You always were chatty when it came to darkness. So let me guess. You want to pull me back into the darkness and play Puppet Master again, right?
Clever boy. You'll make a fine host. Now surrender to me again and...
You're insane! There won't be an again! Ugh.
Did you really think you could harm me? A weakling like you couldn't even defeat Sora, and you had darkness on your side.
Excuse me for being weak.
You need the darkness. Submit! Bow to the darkness and bow to me.
Not a chance.
Only darkness can help you now.
You're wrong!
That voice! Your Majesty, is that you?
You betcha, Riku. You're not alone. Listen careful now. Riku, the light'll never give up on you. You always find it, even in the deepest darkness. But you have to believe.
I will. Hear that? I'm not losing to the darkness today, Ansem.
You think some feeble light can save you from the darkness I command? Fool! My strength returns!
Oh yeah, we're fighting Ansem. So, this is our deck. This is our deck for Castle Oblivion. It's certainly not weak. We've got some really good cards in here. We've got quite a few 9s, which will hold a massive significance later. Now we got Mickey. Okay, good. I get to demonstrate Mickey. Mickey reloads my cards, stuns the enemy, and heals me. Mickey is your way of healing, because you don't get cure cards. So, keep that in mind. Mickey is very effective. Ansem is very weak, as it turns out. That went really well.
That all you got?
It seems you are intent on resisting the darkness. Very well. See with your own eyes.
What are those?
They are cards crafted from your memory. Advance to the worlds they beget, and you will come to understand. Chasing the light will not distance you from the dark. You cannot run.
Who's running? Give me the cards. I'll enter those worlds. And in the end, if I haven't given up, I win.
I have one more gift for you.
What did you do?
I tempered the darkness that remains in your heart.
What? You still think that I'd rely on darkness?
Whether or not you use it is your choice. I'll be waiting, Riku, for you to come to your senses and yield to the darkness!
The darkness in Riku's heart has been fortified. He can now enter dark mode in battle. Riku's dark point, DP, will fill as he takes damage or breaks opponent's cards. When the DP displayed below Riku's HP gauge reaches a certain level, Riku will transform and enter dark mode. Riku can only use sleights while in dark mode. Losing a card break or taking damage will deplete DP. And when Riku's DP reaches 0, he will return to normal. Riku can increase his maximum DP upon leveling up. With higher DP, Riku can stay in dark mode for a longer period of time. That tutorial is really odd, because a lot of it makes no sense. It says you can only use sleights, but that's not true. It's almost like they... it's like they intended to do more with it, and it was like, oh, you know, the sleights will only make you lose sleights, but because the fact that you lose cards over time, actually it's not a good idea, we'll get rid of it. I don't know, it's a bit odd, but oh well, let's go up.
Don't I even get a hello, Lexius?
What's going on, Zexion? I demand an explanation.
Nice to see you too, Vexen. You know, it's deplorable. The organization used to be the rope that binds us, and now it's full of kinks.
How dare you?
Let it go, Vexen. Zexion, tell us, what did you detect?
Visitors. I picked up 2 scents in the castle's lowest basement. One of them was Maleficent, but...
Absurd. The witch is gone. She cannot return from the realm of darkness of her own volition.
If you'd let me finish. The scent belonged to a very convincing double. But I can't say much beyond that since the would-be Maleficent is no more. Our other visitor saw to that.
Who is it?
I don't know, but the scent was very similar to the superiors. Exactly similar, if I may say.
Rubbish.
Fact, Vexen. Now, what shall we do?
Let us bide our time and see what develops.
Something tastes kind of funny. What is it? It's so familiar. Darkness. The taste of darkness. What's happened to me? The darkness even seeps into my senses.
Don't you worry, Riku.
Your Majesty! What happened to you? You're all fuzzy.
I can only send a little bit of my power here, but I have a request.
A request? From Your Majesty?
Riku, don't let go of yourself just because darkness has a hold on you. Fight the darkness inside you. It won't be easy, but don't forget, even in the darkest darkness, there's always a little light.
Light within darkness?
You and I have seen it. The far-off welcoming light inside the door to darkness. The light of Kingdom Hearts. Riku, it'll show you the way. Please don't give up. Believe in the light. That's all I ask.
Okay. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find a way to reach you. I'll come. I promise.
You're an illusion? My hand passes right through you.
But we shook hands in our hearts. We're connected. You and me.
Yeah. I guess so.
Well, that's that done. Basement 11. Let's give it an old save. Oh, look at that. 33 minutes I've been playing. This has been a relatively long video. I imagine the video was longer than that because I sped up the cutscenes and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, this was a really good opening. I enjoyed this a lot. And next time we got a selection of worlds to visit. Some which I guess Riku has visited at some point or another, but kind of doesn't really make sense because we've never seen him go to places like Atlantica. Like, he wouldn't have the magic to breathe underwater, so why has he got... I don't know. It's just a whole mess of things. But, meh, what can you do? I enjoy it. It's fun. So, that's Hollow Bastion done. First world, 11 floors to go. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.